If you are struggling with getting your confidence up when it comes to dating for whatever reason, stick with me and I'm going to give you 5 tips to boost your confidence when dating. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Renee Slansky. I'm a professional dating and relationship coach. Now, confidence is a huge thing. I mean, you can be the most amazing supermodel in the world and you can have zero confidence, or you can be someone who is maybe the most successful person in the world and you can have zero confidence. You can be a bum on the street and you might have all the confidence in the world. I'm not judging anyone here. The confidence that we have within ourselves reflects how we actually see ourselves in the world and how we think others view us, and also what we perceive our own value. So what I want to do is I want to give you some really sort of practical tips to help boost your confidence when it comes to dating. The first one is know that you're enough. Now, I know that's easier said than done, but true confidence, again, is about realizing that your value is enough for the world, okay? Even if you don't feel it. And the best way to really focus on the fact that you are enough is to write a list about all the things that you do love about yourself. Now, if you're struggling to find things that you do love about yourself, then ask people in your world who you trust to be able to give you a couple of tips. Write that list down and then learn to focus on that. We lose our sense of value when we have other people reject us, or when we don't feel that we're meeting the expectations that we have other people or ourselves place on us. So it's really important that you focus on the abundance rather than the lack. And that means really taking the time daily to affirm who it is that you are, so that you can start retraining your brain to believe that you do have this value that you can communicate to the world confidently. The second thing is this: have a plan. Now, most of the time we don't have the confidence level that we want because we have this sense of lack of control who it is that we're going to date, what the outcome's going to be, and so that's why we get really anxious about it. It's really important that you have some sort of plan when it comes to your dating life. Now, it doesn't mean that you actually have to go out and get a dating diary or something like this. All I'm saying is if you know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, then you're able to do some sort of action to help both, okay? If you have a weakness when it comes to dating the wrong sort of guys, then get educated on what the right sort of guys look like. If you have a weakness when it comes to knowing what sort of conversations to have, plan some ideas in your head first, so that when you're under that pressure or in that scenario, you can go, well, hang on a second, I've prepared for this. So then you can just, go through the questions that you've prepared in your head as such. Preparation really is key because, as I said, it gives us a sense of control, which then makes us feel a little bit more confident in the outcome, or at least the present circumstance that we're in. Number 3, dress to really feel good about yourself and also dress to impress. Now, if you're someone that hasn't dated for ages, or maybe you're just struggling with being able to get the attention that you want when you go out to date, then have a look at your style. I know that might come across as a little bit harsh, but men are physical, visual creatures. And we as women, we know that we prefer to look at someone that's more appealing to our eyes than not. Focus on getting some styling tips or some makeup tips, or investing into your wardrobe so that you can actually dress to your shape, your size, and your color. But not only that, feel good about yourself. We know that when we look good, we usually feel better as well. And then that is what boosts our confidence. It might seem really trivial, and I hope it doesn't come across as superficial, but let's be honest. I mean, what do you think we do when we get on Tinder and dating apps and things like that? We constantly just swipe through based off how somebody looks, right? Well, it's the same when you actually put yourself out there and go on a real date. You want to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward, that you are looking fantastic, that you are dressing to impress, because not only does it show respect of yourself, but it also shows that you're willing to put in the effort that is required when you are going on a date as well. Number 4, date in your comfort zone. Now, what I mean by this is I don't mean settle for second best, okay? I'm talking about go on a date where you actually feel that you're going to be a little bit more confident in that environment. For example, if you're someone that's not really wanting to go on a full-on dinner date because it's too much pressure on you, and maybe you have anxiety, or you're just not ready to go to that level of full-on because you're just kind of testing the waters and getting out there, then just do something casual. Don't feel that you have to throw yourself in the deep end in order to be able to find the man of your dream. Build yourself up confidence doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen overnight. It's basically a process where you start to take that first step, realize that the world's not going to end, and then you take that next step. And it's almost like you build yourself up in layers. That's how confidence works. So suggest dates to the person that you're dating, or accept dates that you feel that you're going to be confident and comfortable in that environment, so that you can at least minimize some of the anxiety. And lastly, get educated and then practice. Two really big things which I've kind of combined into one that are really going to help boost your confidence when it comes to dating. If you have absolutely no idea how to flirt, then get educated on how to flirt. If you've got absolutely no idea how to talk to men, or what it is that you should even be asking, or what it is that you should be looking for, or what it is that you should even be doing on the first date to leave a great impression, then get educated. This is why I do what I do, because I want to take the guesswork out of dating and relationships. It isn't meant to be a trial and error method. You shouldn't have to go through 50 million dates before you finally, maybe, hopefully get it right. Get educated on what it is that you should do, whether it's looking at YouTube videos, whether it's asking friends who you know that they have a great sense of confidence. Don't leave it just to guessing. Put some effort into actually working out what it is that you need to do when it comes to dating, so that when you go on a date, you feel prepared, you know what you have to do, what it is that you should be looking for, so you have more control over the outcome and you can trust yourself to make better decisions. And so that's going to give you a sense of peace, and it's definitely going to boost your confidence as well. Or if we want to become better at something, then it really does take practice. That means not just expecting to one day be confident if you're not actually doing anything to prepare your confidence levels. You're only going to get better at mixing with people and knowing how to date and knowing how to flirt if you actually put yourself in scenarios where you're doing that as such. Well, there you go. Those are my tips if you are wanting to boost your confidence when it comes to dating. Let me know what you think, and let me know what your tips are as well. I've got so much more information on my blog, which is in the link below, thedatingdirectory.co. Until next time, have an amazing week. Happy dating, and bye for now.